snap, into gear. What do we want?
I love when you do that.
Today's communication, there's a new way that we can communicate. We can't all get over the back fence. We can't all meet and have a street party every week and have a barbie with our neighbours. Social media is another way.
People are just posting for the algorithm right now. When you are showing up online, you do the work, the healing, the self-mastery, you start tapping into that. You show up online as your authentic self, and from there, you attract the right people. When did running a business start feeling like 2 full-time jobs?
You signed up to do what you love, but somehow you're also expected to be a full-blown content creator, editor, copywriter and social media guru. We get it. I'm Dave.
I'm Sarah. We actually make content for a living, but even we've been guilty of totally neglecting our social media.
That's why we started this podcast, to figure it out with you.
From filming tips on any budget, to quick hacks that stop content creation from eating your life, to real talk about the overwhelm and the inner work required to show up in a confident way on camera.
We're in the trenches with you. This is Influencers Anonymous.
Your survival guide to creating content without losing your sanity.
Let's do this together. Look, it's like I got no rhythm. It's like, what's happened to my rhythm? I mean, I'm such a...
Was there ever rhythm?
I can't do the with this arm. I can do it with this arm. Was there ever, mate, I had rhythm before you were born, mate. All right? When you were in nappies, mate.
Disco time. And well, you know what? In this episode, we're actually going to talk a little bit about your backstory. So I'm excited to hear about that.
Well, I am Lebanese and backstories are pretty common with us Lebanese.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what you're saying there.
Oh, I don't need to say it. Our viewers already know.
They're already...
And sorry to that company I'm currently going through safe work with. I was just joking.
Okay, now you lost me.
Oh, don't worry. The viewers know, Sarah. Just over your head. I just wanted to say, if you see yourself walking down the street, down by the riverside, down by the river, hallelujah, praise.
Okay.
Praise.
Well, now that we've got that out of the way. Hi, everyone.
I can't mention cultural seasons. I want to be quiet now. Oh, sorry.
Can we let everyone know what we're talking about today, and then you can go on your tangent town?
Today? You want me to do something?
No, I want you to just be quiet for 1 second.
Oh, so not do something.
I'll do this, and then we'll get into your backstory, and then you can take us wherever you'd like to take us. To your back hair, sounds like. That's great.
Can't go above that.
No, don't hurt yourself. So today, thank you everyone for bearing with us. We are talking about our why we are building what we're building, what this brand is that we intend to build, why we've gone from basically just filming and editing all sorts of corporate videos and content to now having a podcast and creating online courses and doing all sorts of more educational pieces around social media and inner work and healing. We're going to sort of go into the what the hell are we doing and why? How did this come about? So to get there, to get to the why, we will go back first to David's past, way back. So yeah, Dave, tell us a bit about like what was it like growing up for you? Because I mean, you have been one of those people. My mum actually found this amazing post that she put up recently that someone else had written, and it was this, long story short, it was basically saying the people, from sort of mid 50s to 70s sort of thing, they've been this generation that have lived in a completely different time. I mean, milk used to get delivered by horse and cart, and you'd have ice under your, at least where my mum is, that's what she was saying. And then there was like a big ice cube underneath to keep
your mum's not that old, Sarah. Stop saying things about her like
old
that.
At all.
Sorry, Vic.
But that's what I'm saying. And don't say their names. They might not want to be on the podcast.
Okay. Nick.
Vike. But she was telling me about this the other day, and it's just mind-blowing that you're not the same age as them. You're a little bit off, but your generation and their
generation, mate.
Yeah, you've lived through this huge shift. Everything has completely changed, and you guys have really sort of had to keep on top of it, but you haven't been so, inundated with it. You haven't grown up with a phone in your hand, so you're not necessarily like always at the front edge. So what's it like, keeping up with all of these sorts of things? So I want to go back to what it was like when you grew up and how you've gotten to where you are now and why we are building what we're building.
Yeah. When I first landed and the spaceship doors opened, and I lit to this field, there was no houses, no electricity, there was nothing.
No
And
houses.
my alien parents,
Way back.
yeah, and it's funny because I think there's a show at the moment that has aliens and their names are Zog.
Oh, really?
Is I won't mention the name. It's a very successful franchise.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen the ad for that and I'm quite
I think it is Zog. I think it is. And the interesting thing about Zog is we live by our zone of genius. Stick to the lane that you know the best of. Yeah, don't veer out of your lane too much. It's okay to go and see what's over there, but let's talk about my back. Let's
Speaking
talk
of
about my
veering,
backstory. Take two.
yeah, we've
It all
already
happened
veered.
when I was loading bricks onto the trailer. Sorry, take three.
God.
My backstory is that, I grew up in a family that, a typical migrant story, came to Australia, only the shirt on their back, maybe a bag. One child at the time, second child, sadly didn't make it through, was a baby. But I'm the youngest of five, so don't worry, there's plenty of us. I think the thing that was drilled into us was, well, my parents have come here, they've done well, and we need to take that to the next level. And the only way to take that to the next level is by the advice you were given by your family of origin, your parents, and they only know what to do based on what their parents knew. And their parents were living in a village in the north of Lebanon, and basically, they had running water, but they only had electricity for a couple of hours a day. And I can go right back into that. They lived off the land, do the siesta thing in the middle of the day, all that stuff. So we're taking these learnings from generations of that and bringing them to Australia in the 50s, 60s and 70s. And so that ethic was work. And you see it now. A lot of migrants, especially, Lebanese, Italians, Greeks, even the Asians now, but I'm talking about the earlier days when it was mainly those three. Their work ethic is incredible because to them that was success. If you were working, you're earning money. If you're earning money, you can buy a house, get married and have kids. And that was the goal. But our goals have changed and society changes, communities change. And this is part of the reason we're doing the podcast. Our whole belief system is that we want people talking again. We want people to become communities again. I know it's not going to look like it used to back in the day when every Sunday we'd pack into the station wagon, all 8 of us, or there wasn't 8, there were 7, no seatbelts, and we'd toddle off
No
down to,
seatbelt.
10 kilometres away to visit our cousins and visited many relos on a Sunday. That was family day. So today we do that now by social media.
Commenting on a post.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not very engaging. So yeah, basically is to work. So my early years looked like anything from firstly while at school I worked part time, grocery stores, become a store manager with a company called Fleming's who aren't around anymore. I think they were absorbed by Woolworths, and so. Then moved on to, I did a couple of things. I think after that I went into Ansett.
Cars?
Again, Ansett.
Yeah.
They're not around anymore either. There's a common thread here. Wherever Dave goes, they shut down.
Just burning businesses down left
Yeah,
and right.
apologies to the people that lost their holidays. Sorry, Sarah.
Yes, you should be sorry.
It wasn't me. Well, maybe
It was
me.
obviously
I don't
you.
know. And then did a variety of things, from working in the wedding car industry. Obviously, from the wedding car industry, these were all sort of side hustles to the main event. And the other thing was, so wedding cars went into wedding videos, videos went into corporate videos, and so this is the next development, the next stage for me. But back then, it wasn't about go to uni, do this, follow your dreams, follow your passions, create a career. It was, you don't want a career, you just want a job that's going to pay you good money and something that, you'll always have a job doing. So,
And now it's changed very much in that there are so many more opportunities and potential for people to do what they love for a living. So there's so many more people pushing for that, which I love. Like, that's something I'm really passionate about, and I love seeing people do that. But it is a completely different world. You're right, because it used to be, and even when I was younger, that was what I
Yeah,
was
I was
told
going to
as
say,
well.
tell us about that. Yeah, because obviously
Yeah.
I've given the tax office all the info they need for me to track me down. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, I've always been super creative. Grew up in small town Canberra, which is where I am again now, which I never thought I'd be moving back to, but I'm very happy to be here. But it was not a very creative, artistic sort of place. And I was always this overly artistic, creative person who had so many different passions: dance, music, acting, art, everything. And so, to be honest, I felt pretty stifled here when I was a kid, and I felt like I didn't really belong. Um, and I ended up working in the public service for 7 years, which was just what everyone, does in Canberra, sort of thing. And that was my introduction to what life could be like for me if I did a job that was based on money and not passion. And so for 7 years, I sat there and I was quite miserable, to be honest. And this isn't to say that the public service is bad for everyone. I know lots of people that work in the public service and they love it. And some people don't have that drive to do all these creative things all the time. Like, everyone's completely different. But for me personally, I was so creative, and I was in an environment that was very much feeling like a zombie movie every single day, the same repetitive, like Groundhog Day vibes. And there was just no spirit in me. I watched my spirit sort of drain. The only way I stuck with that job for so long was because I was making so much money. At a young age, this was like 17 to 24, I kept going over to LA to dance and to, sing and do all these other things. And that was sort of like this contrast. I would go there for 3 months and I'd come back here and work for 6 or 8 months. And then I'd go back for 3 months, and did that for a couple of years. And yeah, but that was for me. When I look back now, and even, I started working when I was 12 because I was just so keen to start working. Because
That's what I wanted to ask. Was that your choice, or was that just expected that you would get out there
it
and...
wasn't expected at that age, for sure. I think we all were sort of hoping to, we all wanted to work as soon as we could because we wanted our own money. We weren't loaded or anything growing up. So we all, as kids, 3 girls, we wanted to be able to go buy our own clothes and buy our own whatever it might be. So it just
So
happened that
did you say leather?
What?
Buy your own leather?
Whatever. I think I said whatever.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. No, David. No.
I swear I thought I heard... I'm not being funny. I wasn't trying to be funny.
Sure you're not.
I wasn't.
No, but yeah, so government life for me was the turning point where I sort of went, I can either continue down this road or I can make some sort of drastic change and get the hell out of this and start following my passions. And so I went to film school. I moved to Sydney. I pretty much went from a full-time salary that an adult of probably 40 or 50 would have at 17, 18, 19, a bit older, to then going to film school full-time for 2 full years, like Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and then we would be filming after hours and on weekends. And then I was also working at a restaurant to just be able to support myself and pay rent and all that sort of stuff. So life changed like overnight, basically, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the chaos. I loved being around so many creative people all the time. And for me, following passion became my number one driver. It wasn't about money anymore. It was about how I feel at the end of every day. Am I happy? Like, am I actually enjoying my life? And ever since then, that's what has been my main sort of North Star, and I've always followed that. And so after film school, I found this mofo over here. He didn't pick up the phone for like 2 months. I was trying to call him every day because my friend from film school had graduated before me and she was working with him, and she was like, Sarah, you would love working here. Like, there's, it would be such a great alignment. And, I thought so too, but obviously David did not for a while. I had to break him down.
Picked up that phone.
Should have never picked up the phone. Well, it took him long enough. I think he just felt like he had to, or this person who
I thought it was the government. I thought it was the government. It was from Canberra. This number from Canberra. I'm going, oh, fuck, what is the government?
It wasn't from Canberra at that time. But yeah, no, that was hilarious. When I think back now, I'm like, dude, you're always on your phone. Like, always. It wasn't even like you were busy.
Don't you
It's
love
like,
that?
I know that you would have seen it and gone, nope,
When you're with
nope.
someone, they are on their phone 24/7, and the
Yeah,
minute you're away from them, they never pick up,
yeah,
Sarah. Um,
yeah, that's true. I do that though. I genuinely do like put my phone away from me often throughout the day and the mornings and the nights. I'm just like,
yeah,
stay away, otherwise it will
yeah.
dictate my life. But yeah,
I
so
mean,
then
I
I've
mean,
just
it's obvious where you could have been, and I don't like using words like could and should. Had you have stuck it out with the government, obviously, you may have had a bit more financial independence and all that.
oh
And
hell
and to
yeah.
some people, that's their passion.
Yeah, that's the
So
thing.
if that's your passion, go for it. You know,
Good on ya.
there's no
That's
right and wrong. It's just
no,
following
exactly. But
following
that
your
was
passion.
like the how bad that was for me. I needed that and I needed to sit in it for that decent amount of time. I mean, I was in the government for 7 years, but I was also working from 12 till 17 before that. So I was working for 12 years in total, in jobs that I really hated. And I needed that decent amount of time doing what I didn't like to really understand the difference between now. Like,
Yeah.
when I have a bad day now, it's nothing like I might have one bad day out of 2 months. And whereas before I was literally, my metric was like I was counting the days on the calendar when I would go into my office job, government job. I would be opening my Outlook calendar and I would be counting down the days till the next public holiday. I'd be counting down the days and planning my sick days, going,
Wow.
I'm going to have a sick day next week. I'm going to
Ooh.
have one 3 weeks from now. That's when I was like, I am miserable because I am looking so forward to those sick days. And before I knew too much about the subconscious mind back then, it was amazing how I would actually get sick because I would force myself to get sick because I wanted so badly to just be at home rather than be at work. So
Yeah.
the fact that now I'm like, I'm working even when we're not meant to be working. You're like always trying to stop me and slow me down and tell me to have a break. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
more, there's more we can do. Like, I
Yeah.
love
It's
that.
give us a break. Look,
It's
look at the
exhausting.
bags under my eyes.
You're
Dragon
welcome.
Lady.
I keep you
I
young. What
know
are you
she
talking
likes
about?
Dragon Ladies. I'll stop complimenting you.
Yes, I have
No, but
wonderful
that's
dragon.
really interesting. It really depends on what your passion is. And look, we're not here to tell you what your passion is. We're
No,
here
no,
to
no.
just tell you our story and let's talk about us. It's all about
Yeah.
us.
I
No,
think
that was a
something that
joke.
sorry?
Let's just talk about us.
Yeah. You just said that like 5 times. We are.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Look at
I
me.
think something that both you and I we've spoken about recently is that we've watched this industry change. Even
Yes.
the time that we've been in it, we've been working together 13 years this year. And from when we started, the content we were making for our clients then versus now is mind blowing. Like we would have laughed at someone if they said, 10 years from now, they're going to want something that looks like someone shot it on a phone with a shaky hand and some really rough audio and some transitions that looks like someone's just tripped over and smashed the camera. Like it's just mind blowing. And we've had to not lower our, kind of lower our standards because we were so polished and cinematic back then. And
Yeah,
now it's
yeah,
almost like punished for being that. No one wants that
yeah.
anymore. Not no one, some clients do. But
Yeah, I found at the moment in time where the light globe went off, not light globe, but where I'd realised that we were being dumbed down with in terms of the quality of the image we were getting to be happy with was. Does that make sense?
no, but I think
Okay.
just get to the point and we'll make
Yeah,
it
just
work.
let me finish it. It'll make sense. The Iraq War with a Q, not the current, not the one that Iran. The Iraqi war. They were sending us images on our TVs of a night time, sitting there watching the news, and they were done on these satellite phones. And the satellite phones were, revolutionary for its time. But the images were exactly what you see if you have a almost non-existent Wi-Fi or internet connection, and it's
Pixelated.
pixelated, and the guy's eye would be in this square up the top of the screen, and his chin was down here, and stuttering, and all that sort of stuff. Do you want me to do that again?
Yes, please.
So basically, I thought, well, okay, they're putting this now on live TV. All right, Sarah, it's not that bad. They're putting this on live TV, and this is beamed across the globe, and people are being forced. And I get it, right? It's part of the magic. It's like the O.J. Simpson car chase, where everyone started following a car chase in America. They didn't know it was O.J. Simpson at the time. People are just craving reality. And since then, we've had so many reality reality shows in different variations and forms, whether it's a talent-based musical or performance, or whether it's living in a house together, 20 people trying to get along, or there's survival type shows. I'm not trying not to mention any names.
Yeah, we all know what you're talking
Or
about.
the ones where you get married in sight of something. Sarah's going, what the? Sarah doesn't watch TV. So Sarah's going, what the hell?
I mean, that's a recent development. Most of my life I did, and it was, yeah. But we've sort of gone from, even like in our working time together, we've started with weddings, and that was its own thing, and that was a little bit of reality, but really you're trying to make something that's reality look like a film.
Yeah,
So
true.
then, what were you going to say?
No, well, yeah, weddings, christenings, baptisms, Arangetums, all, like every nationality, every culture, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, funerals. We've done all of the social stuff. We've documented social lives for people for a very long time. So, and walking, and it's funny, I was talking to someone about this recently. When you're into weddings, you don't have time. You've got to think on the fly. You're only going to get one opportunity. It's a perfect grounding place. Not a grounding, it's a perfect place to cut your teeth.
Training, yeah.
Yeah, training. And so even you'd rock up to someone's house at 8 or 9 in the morning to film them getting ready. You don't know these people, but you've got to knock on the door and walk in like you own the place.
Yeah.
And that's not an ego thing. It's like, well, you've got a job to do and they're paying you to do this job and you've got to do it. So if you're shy or reserved or whatever, you just got to put all that to the back.
Yeah.
And you've got to go into a mode that hopefully is not performance mode, because you want to be real. But sorry,
Going on a
where I
tangent.
was getting at with all this,
Yeah.
where am I going? Is that
know.
our videos were very documentary style, very
Yeah.
natural. And we keep saying to people, the first thing I'd say is, well, actually, especially at the brides and the bridesmaids' houses, I'd walk in and I'd say, just ignore me. Most women do.
Insert laugh here.
Yeah, but I would actually, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen you do it. But it's I've seen you say that many times. But it's that, like, releasing the tension, taking the pressure off, making them laugh, making them relax, and then that's how they can actually show up on
That's
camera.
why I did it. That's right.
no,
Yeah,
sure,
that's right.
it. But I think when it came to weddings, yes, there was the doco style, but there was also the feature. So it was always a very
Yeah, the
cinematic
creative.
look. So it was actually both. It was the extreme fake version, the highlight reel, and then, which, not fake, but you know what I mean, pretty polished, everything's perfect. And then there was the raw doco style that usually would go to the family members and stuff. But then we sort of moved into a lot more corporate. So pretty much when I came on board, you were almost done with weddings. Like, they were sort of filtering out over the next couple of years. And corporate video.
Oh, no. That was a conscious decision.
Yeah, I think it was. What are you talking about? I think you were done with that industry.
Yeah, no, we were.
Yeah, I think you outgrew it. It's like, it takes a very specific sort of person to do weddings, and we've got lots of friends that are wedding videographers and stuff, and they're amazing. I don't have the stamina for that anymore, or the patience, or because when it's someone's wedding, it's the most precious thing in the world to them. Whereas when you're making a corporate video, you get that freedom to be a bit more creative and have some input and pitch some ideas and all sorts of things. Sometimes, yes. That's true. It depends on the client.
Anyway, can we get off the weddings? I'm feeling...
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to, but you keep bringing me back. I'm like,
No.
That's the thing. We were done and we had a great run with it, and that's it. It is what it is. Every now and then, for very special humans, we will still film their weddings because we love them and we know that we can make it look amazing, but that's it. So if you've had a wedding filmed by us in the last 5 years, consider yourself very special, and I know you do.
If you've ever had a wedding filmed by us, reach out and say hi.
Yeah, sure. Actually, it'd be good to know if you're still married, for starters. That'd be nice. Hopefully you are. There's a lot that probably aren't as well. Life. Anyways, so Dave's trying to be diplomatic. So then we moved into more corporate, and then it's getting still more polished. Like, it's really... Corporate is now on social media, and this is like, 8-10 years ago, but instead of those big budgets going towards big marketing campaigns on TV and radio, now they're going to social media. So now we're trying to make TV style content that's really polished on social media. And that's sort of been what's been consistent for the last few years until about probably 5 years ago, where it's now that almost makes people turn away. And you see all sorts of companies and brands giving their products to, you know, what you would call influencers, or even people who don't have a big following, but they're very natural and real and they're just using this product or whatever. And so it's been a very big shift for us. And what we found is that we were starting to find more joy and passion in helping people show up on camera as themselves, because everyone's been through this shift that we've just spoken about. We've all, the whole world has gone from really polished to really raw, really quickly on camera, online. And so we have found that there's a lot of people that have still got that polished demeanor about them, especially like CEOs and big head honchos of companies, and they've struggled to just be themselves. And, you know, when you have a conversation with them, they're so natural and beautiful and real, and then they jump on camera and they freeze and their nervous system freaks out and they start to act like they're just robots, and it's not very engaging. So it's not actually achieving the results that we want for that video. So Dave and I have started, you know, well, we've always sort of been like he was saying, you know, you make a bit of a joke when you rock up and you lighten the load and the mood and make everything a little bit calm. And we started to see that that was what people craved the most when they worked with us. And that's why they loved working with us, because they were like, they make us feel comfortable on camera and we can just be ourselves. So that's sort of leading into what we're doing here now, because if social media, like the power of social media, it can either numb and divide people, or it can awaken and connect people and change lives. It's that powerful, but it's just how you use it.
Yeah, I think it made me realise how funny I was. And so the next evolution is I'm starting a variety TV show. And I'm bringing back the Tony Bartituccio dancers and a few other special guests. So keep an eye out for my TV variety hour.
What's it going to be called? On the spot.
The Davo Show.
The Davo Show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Or Tonight with Davo.
I love it.
Does that work?
Yeah.
I like everything I was going to say you've said, so I'm just filling in the space here.
I was just worried you'd go back to weddings, so I just wanted to get that bit out. You're having withdrawals.
You sure did.
So Davo.
Yes, ma'am.
Davo Felicity.
What
does that look like? You just tripped over your chair.
My stompers.
Hey influencers, we did a thing.
We've been creating videos for major brands and companies for decades, and now we've done something for you.
We know the struggles that you come up against when you go to film yourself for your business, for your brand.
And 99% of those things have got absolutely nothing to do with lighting, camera settings, or the quality of your audio.
The biggest challenge is the mental game, the ego trying to convince you to stay small and safe.
Don't listen to that ego.
The Influencer Method is a 40-minute masterclass which will take you from resistance to resonance when it comes to your content creation.
This masterclass makes sense of the self-sabotage and the lapses in discipline and consistency.
Once you know your own personal roadblocks, you can easily find a way to work around them and create a flow that works for you.
Content creation gets to be fun again.
And also easy.
The Influencer Method will show you how.
It's completely free and ready for you to access right now.
Sarah, why is this free again?
Follow the link and start building an audience that actually get you.
You should watch our previous podcast episode about people pleasers on social media.
Oh, I should watch it. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
No, 100% you don't know. You forget as soon as you say it. We know this. Both of us do. It's like an adventure when we watch our own podcast back. It's like, oh yeah, that's so true. I relate to that. It's like...
yeah, you should watch our latest episode too.
Yeah, good call.
Is that the front door or the back door?
Brand new information. So Davo, tell us about what do we want? What's going on here? Like, what are we doing?
I want to frustrate you, and I'm achieving that goal perfectly. So you're becoming very anxious, and I'm just chill over here.
Really? Am I?
No, you're not. No, see, but when you do that, that's a sign. Just so everyone at home knows, when she does, that means Dave, shut the hell up and get on with it.
No, that means...
Right, just so you know, no secrets here. Total transparency. Look, look, change. Ready? Snap into gear. What do we want, Sarah?
Love when you do that.
What do we
All
want?
right, let me just.
No.
How about you just?
What we want.
Okay.
We want people to communicate. We want people to communicate as free as possible, without the constraints or anxious-based overthinking that goes through their head that makes them say things they don't really want to say, or saying things out of fear. There, I ended it well.
Like right now?
Pulled that one back. I'm pretty good, aren't I? Thanks very much. It's about giving people the tools, right? We want to be able to give people tools so that they can look at this way of communicating. Social media is that way. And we want them to be their natural selves. We want them to be authentic and real.
Yep.
Everyone out there is showing you how to be fake and promiscuous and...
Jeez, what channels are you watching?
SBS, baby.
Oh dear, that TV.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to call you baby. I've been land-blasted once. Anyway, let's not go there.
Land blasted?
Yeah, I'm just pulling out all the words from my childhood. So
Nice.
we need to probably edit that.
I'm not editing shit, man. You can,
Yeah, it looks like it too on your previous episodes.
you'll
You're
forget.
not editing shit.
Yeah, you'll forget when you
we
say
want
it.
to, I don't like using the word coaching, but we want to hold your hand through the process, right? And we want you to use social media to be yourself. Being yourself and being authentic is the right way, but it's also, believe it or not, in this day and age, it's actually a point of difference.
It's
because
what's
most
hot.
people, most people are, having the Botox and having the jobs on their faces and other parts of their bodies. This is natural, by the way. Good genes.
Could
Good genes.
never have told that.
Yeah, but we want you to be yourself. But through that, there is a reason why we want you to be yourself. All
Yes.
those reasons I just said, obviously about, being a little bit different, being your authentic self so that you can feel that you're not dishonouring yourself. But
Yeah.
also what it does is by being authentic, and what we can show you how to do these things, the tools that we give you will also help you with healing. And I wish there was a different word for it. I know you love these two words, self-mastery. But it's about mastering yourself, taking control of yourself, pointing yourself in the right direction, being happy with who you are, being happy
Yeah.
with yourself in your own skin.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many hours of the day, if not all of them, where most people are not present. They're not actually present. They're not living here now. They're living in what's just happened, what's about to happen, what could happen. They're in all of these potential realities. They're not actually living here. They're not aware of what they're doing, how they're coming across, who they are, all of those sorts of things. So when we talk about self-mastery, it's actually... that's the work of everyone. Like, that's what we all need to be doing. Whether you're a parent, whether you're single, whether you're busy, CEO, doesn't matter what your lifestyle is. The goal is to understand who you are so that you can create, because you are actually creating your reality with your subconscious mind, whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not. But when you start to become aware of this power that you hold, that we all hold, that's when you start to steer the game, this life, your reality, in the ways that you actually want. And we want to help people do that. And it's so powerful to use social media as this tool. I think for so long, social media has been looked at as, oh, it's such a burden, oh, it's so crappy and it's vapid and it's this and it's that. It can be, but it can also be an amazing catalyst for self-evolution, for personal development. Because when you are posting all the time, you've got to think about how many things come up in your mind every day. You're analyzing yourself. You're looking at yourself in the camera. It's like mirror work. Like, this is a really powerful healing tool, is doing mirror work, where you talk to yourself in the mirror. You're doing that when you're posting every day. You're looking at all of your little quirks and your mannerisms, and you're judging yourself, and the inner critic comes out, and you have to keep pulling that inner critic back to self-love and appreciation and compassion, and understanding that you're just doing the best you can with the knowledge that you have. Otherwise, you will not be able to keep posting, because you'll just keep knocking yourself out of the game with all of this self-judgment, basically, and the fear that other people are judging you.
Yeah, and I think also people and look, even myself, to a certain degree, I still do. We have this thing that everything and everyone is against us, the community, you know, the prices of everything that we use in our daily lives, whether it be fuel, food, or fire. Hey, just thought of that. All those things cost a lot of money. So we have to work, and we have to work harder, and we have to work 2 jobs. And life is not... A lot of people look at life that it's everything's against us. It's a fight. It's a struggle. And yeah, if you look at it like that, it is. And I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it probably is. How you respond to it is what defines you, and how you respond to how you respond to it is what defines you. But what you do from then on in is you can either go, well, you know what, I'll just join the masses. I'll just be like everyone else and whinge and moan and complain. Or I'll try something different. What have you got to lose by trying something different? What have you got to lose by lifting yourself up, by learning or reading new things, by trying new things, trying different ways, by not judging yourself, by just getting yourself out there? Can it be, if you are that desperate and thinking, like I said, that everything and everyone's against you, what have you got to lose by trying something different? According to you, you're already at the bottom of the barrel. So,
yeah, exactly. I think that's a really powerful thing to start thinking when you think of the people who are...
I said something powerful.
Well, a little bit. I do want to correct you on one thing. No. There's when you start to post, especially when you're doing it more regularly, when you haven't for a while, first thing that comes into your head is, you know, your high school bully or your ex-partner or your ex-boss or something, or your family member. You think of them and you think they're going to think this, they're going to do this. I think a powerful tool to start utilizing there is to go, are those people all living a life that I want? Are they living their best life? Are they thriving? Are they, you know, happy? Are they joyful? Are they passionate? Are they serving others? Are they having a full, brilliant, wholesome life? 99.9 times out of 100, it will be a no, because you are never going to receive that sort of negative energy from people who are actually thriving and doing what they love for a living. But we just get so caught up in our head, and it's actually us talking to us. It's our own inner bully that's coming up to the surface to try
100%.
and slow us. And it's because we've just been so used to not being seen in a big way, not being, you know, and it is a bit scary sometimes for people, because social media is like the lottery. Like, you could have a post that just goes viral without you even meaning for it to, and suddenly you've got a whole bunch of new customers or clients or haters or, you know, lovers or whatever. Like, it can change your world overnight.
Yeah, and just so people know that we weren't friends on social media for the first probably 5 or 6 or 7 years of our working relationship.
Yeah,
because there was that. So I'm not... Sorry, what was that?
Because you were annoying.
Was I?
No, you were just like... I think we were friends and then we weren't, because it was like you would see posts that I would put up and it would be like, I don't post in the moment often. I'm like, you know, I'll film in the moment and then I might post 3 or 4 days later. And I remember a couple of scenarios where I'd post something. I remember even one day when I was sick, I'm sure you remember this, where I was actually physically sick at home. I wasn't at work that day. And I posted a photo of me and a friend who were out from like a week ago. And you saw it and you were like, oh, you're lying about being sick. Like, fuck this. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, this. And I couldn't even say anything because I couldn't prove that I was home. I mean, I could have sent a photo. But it was just like those sorts of things. Again, like social media could have been a bit of a pain in the ass for us early days. But
did I dock you that day? If I didn't, I'm going to take it out of this week's wages. Just so
probably did. No.
No, but that's exactly. I suppose I'm just trying to say that we know what you're feeling when it comes to that. Like, I don't want to show this person that, or I don't want. And what's the thing with? I was talking to you yesterday about this, Sarah. What does cool look like today? You know, cool today looks like
not commenting, not engaging with others, not
too cool for school. You know, like. Yeah. There's no, exactly. So when actually we need to be doing the opposite right now, people.
Yeah,
we need to be forming communities and talking to each other. I'm not talking about hippie communes and stuff. I'm talking about, you know, I'd go out the backyard as a kid and there's Dad with his elbow on and Dad built, with the fence that we had between our neighbours, Dad actually built a like there's a piece of wood across the top of it to allow
So that
resting
you
a
could
bottle and
lean.
a can of beer. Yeah, and his elbow. And one of the best photos we have of Dad, God rest his soul, is with, and he used to make his own home brew, is a bottle of home brew with, his elbow up,
neighbour.
not on a fence. Not on a fence. That's how he used to, I can't use this arm. That's how he used to hold his beer when he'd drink it. Fence or no fence under here.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, the community, that's what I remember. I remember as a kid.
And
I
that's,
remember
I
going and seeing Morello's. Can I just talk for a minute, please?
If you
I
stay
remember
on
going
point,
and
yes.
she's still doing it. That's it. I'm gone. See yous. I hope there's nothing behind me.
Just stick to the topic, bro. Oh. It's
Oh,
fine. I
no,
got
no,
this.
my turn.
No, damn it. I was drinking when you left.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're going to have to refocus your camera, you bloody bastard.
People.
Why would you do this?
Hello.
I
I'm back.
just wanted to say that this is something that relates to the start of this episode, which is that you have lived in a totally different reality. And I have had a portion, a snippet of that when I was younger. And that's why we are so passionate about wanting people to talk to each other again, because we all know it, whether you want to admit it or not, we are isolated in so many different ways. And social media has a lot to do with that. It feels like we're still connected because you can tap into each other's lives, but most people don't even comment anymore. Most people are just doing a little double tap love heart or not even that. And so we are losing more and more conversation, engagement. We're losing the ability to understand ourselves more through experiences with other people. Yes, I'll shut up now, Dave. What do you want?
No. Use it or lose it.
Exactly. That's 100%
Use it or lose it.
right.
I mean, I don't know about
losing
you guys, but
communication.
I used to know every dark lane, back lane I used to know every street in Sydney. You know, someone,
Yeah.
my family used to come to me and say, hey, I'm going to Brookvale. What's the best way, do you think? And I'd go, bang, bang, bang. Now, I don't know how to get to Brookvale without my map or my craze.
Yeah,
know
your
what I'm saying?
ways. And it's all, and who cares? But it's funny now because when, we've driven to so many shoots together and you still do think that you know places. So I'm always like, should I Google it? And you're like, no, I got this. And then we get halfway there and I'm like, do you know where you're going? You're like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, we've got a timeline.
But that's force of habit because I never, it's like, I know where I'm going. Of course I do.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
I would
it's
love
that
to know
way.
the city streets. Like, I don't know anything about Sydney because I've never had to. Use it or lose it.
No. And
That's
I
the
did,
thing.
as you know in my backstory, I did work for Ansett, and a lot of that was to do with their freight department. So I got to know the streets and the maps and all that sort of stuff. And how we used to identify runs back then was by postcodes. So I still remember a lot of the postcodes and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm not saying we got to go back to 1963 and live, like we lived back then. But I do like some aspects of that. And I'm not trying to sound like a conservative.
No, you never could sound conservative if you tried, motherfucker. Seriously.
Yeah.
But
Thanks, motherfucker.
the walking past and smiling thing, I don't know about you in Sydney. Like, it might be a little bit different in Canberra. I feel like people are a little bit nicer here than Sydney. But I remember when I was young, you walk past someone, you say hello. You just do. You're in
Morning.
the same vicinity. Morning. G'day. I mean, I've never said g'day, I don't think, in my life. But so many people here in Canberra especially say g'day. And now it's always this, are they going to smile? Are they not? Should I even bother? Have I got the energy to be rejected? Like, there's so much overthinking and disconnection and going into all of these sorts of things. And if you do smile at someone and they don't smile back, you get a bit annoyed. And then if they do smile back, it's like, it's the highlight of your day because you're like, oh my God, I had that connection moment like that with a stranger. That used to happen at the grocery store, like everywhere all the time. And now it just doesn't happen anymore because we're so used to just being on our phones and not talking to each other.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound as a dividist. Is there such a word? But I notice, because I do get around the burbs a lot, that in the lower socio-economic, this is in those areas, people do talk more. I do notice. I get a wave or a hello, or when we used to film shopping centres in particular, and it was always the fact out in the burbs, out in certain areas that seemed to have a lower socio-economic. I've said that twice now.
So proud of yourself. I can see it. I
Thank
love
you.
it.
So
Good
socio-economic. I find that people that are poorer,
Sorry? Yes.
people that are in poorer areas communicate better.
Yeah.
And I think because they have to, there's a necessity. I'm not saying they need it because they have to beg on the street. I'm not talking about that poor.
No.
I'm just saying that they probably end up valuing things differently. They value things in a different way
They
to...
have different values. And
Oh,
they
is that
sort
what
of
I was trying to
see-
say? Thank you.
they
Thank you.
see
I haven't
the
been in
value.
your country very long. Thank you very much. Welcome to your country.
We don't believe that social media is the problem. Like, that's the thing. Dave, I'm sorry, but we need to wrap this up soon.
But I haven't finished yet. I've got so much more to say.
We haven't had anything that we've said because you've
We
gone on
haven't spoken
tangents
about AI. We haven't spoken about all that
Do
sort
you
of
want to
stuff.
talk about all the things we haven't spoken about, or do you want to just talk about the things?
No, I just want to say, that
That's new.
forget the rest of the episode. I think what we've hit on here, what we're talking about, not hit on, what we've touched on, because that means that we've intentionally touched on it, not fluked it like we really did. What we've touched on here is, yes, I'm a professional.
Is that what you're taking out?
That's how people see me. I know it. And yes, no Botox. This is all real. Again, what I think people have touched on fire. What I'm on fire. Is the communication, regardless of what it looks like. Today's communication and leaning over the back fence with a beer, doesn't have to be a beer. It could be non-alcoholic. Could even be half. Could be a shandy. Remember shandies?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I'm sounding old now, aren't I? Yeah. Not as old as your mum who had the milk delivered in a horse and cart.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nikki.
Genuinely. Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying there's a new way that we can communicate. We can't all get over the back fence. We can't all meet and have a street party every week and have a barbie with our neighbours.
Yeah.
Social media is another way, and
Yeah,
sadly,
so
it's copped a bit of a bum rap.
And this is where we want to help people actually post authentically. And we know that word's a bit trendy, it's been used a lot, but as the true person that they actually are, which is harder to do, it's easier to say than to do, but because honestly, people are just posting for the algorithm right now. They're just posting for what they think will get likes, what they think will get new followers. They're not actually necessarily sharing the truth of their life and who they are. And this is the age where we need people to be more honest, because when you're honest, this is the whole point of this. When you are showing up online, you do the work, the healing, the self-mastery, you start tapping into that. You show up online as your authentic self, and from there, you attract the right people. And that is where...
Too. You're powerful.
You're powerful. That's the thing. It's so empowering when you think about yourself. Like when you're watching people on social media, I don't know about everyone else, but the people I resonate with most are the ones that are just being so real and themselves that there's no bullshit there. They're just happy to be true.
How powerful are you when you don't give a shit about what other people think about you?
Yes.
Just think about that. You probably spend 90% of your life worrying about what other people think about you.
Genuinely.
And if you don't believe me, do a time thing on it. You go to work, you walk in the door, you think about this and that. You know, sure, you think about work, but sorry, mate, I cut you off.
No, but it's spot on. But this is also coming back to what we were talking about earlier about people aren't present. They're just not present because they're thinking about what other people are thinking. They're thinking about what's happened in the past, what might happen in the future, all these imaginary scenarios that they're not actually being present. And again, this is why we want to help people learn to be present. That's the healing self-mastery side of it. Because then you can show up online as who you are. And guess what happens when that happens? You attract your tribe, your true tribe.
Yes.
People that get you, that resonate with you, that when you have a conversation with and you just keep going, yes, exactly, yes. And it just elevates you in this beautiful way. And that's what, in essence, that's what we want to help people with. And so that's the long-winded way of saying that's what we are planning to do here with Influencers Anonymous, with all of the work that we're doing moving forward. And we just really hope that you guys jump on board and chat to us, tell us what you want, because we want to hear from everyone and find out what you're needing most in terms of helping to be yourself online. What were you going to say? Yes, David.
Spontaneous challenge this week.
Love it.
For 1 hour, not when you're asleep or not when you're at home on your own, when you're in the company of others, for 1 hour, don't give a shit about what they're thinking about you. Just try it for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Just for 1 hour.
Imagine what that would be like. The freedom, the exhale in your nervous system. Like, holy shite balls.
It's like having a shower without having a phone in the bathroom.
Who does that? Do you do that?
Oh no, I'd never do that. No.
No, I never take my phone into the toilet until recently. I did because I had to because it was.
Oh no, please, Sarah, please.
Anyway,
We need to keep them for the next episode.
Don't
Don't turn them off
now.
yet.
Yeah, no
So,
reason.
Sarah, what would you like to end this on? Give us a
Well,
sentence.
We're
that
still
sums this all up.
working on an outro, but
Off the top of your head.
feeling. Yeah, this is off the top of my head completely. I'm not reading this at all right in front of me right here. But what we want to remind people of consistently here is that show up as your true self because that is your most powerful self. And again, that doesn't mean just on social media, that means in life. And it's just the content that you create on social media is just a byproduct of who you are being in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, and if it helps you get over your past, just forgive yourself.
Is that your quote of the day?
No, that was
Nice
yesterday's.
work.
That was
Oh,
yesterday's.
you're not meant to read the day before. What's today's? Give us an out with today's quote.
I'm grateful for the love I have the capacity to receive and give. I yield it with the intention and handle it with care.
Very lovely.
Fade to black, fade to
I
black.
almost got bored halfway through that.
Fade to
was
black,
long.
fade to
Okay,
black.
fade to black.
Oh, are you still there?
Goodbye now. No, thank you, everyone. Hit us up. Let us know how you're feeling, what's resonating, what you want to learn more about, and we're all in this together.
And
Anonymous.
always prioritize ease, peace, and progress.
You got 3 in there. Good job. Very nice. Okay, bye.